Welcome to Kyle's Corner. Crack open a cold one and chillax with the boys. I'm your host, Kyle. So again, this is a new season and a new setup for the podcast. So the YouTube version will be censored, of course, but the Spotify version will be uncensored. So you get a little extra, a little spice in your life, a little salsa for that chip. And the link will be in the description, so check her out. And I'm here with my little sweetie pie boys, little Nicholas and Brian.
Hey Kyle, it's good to be back.
I didn't say hi yet.
Oh, I guess we're...
Okay, guys, say hi now.
Introduce ourselves.
Oh, hi. Are we your sweetie pie boys?
My sweetie pie boys.
Every time. I already figured
My
that.
little sweetie sody boys.
I figured we were sweetie pies, but, it's good to be treated. It's good to be back on the podcast, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
After such a long-awaited arrival.
Yeah, Kyle, what was the delay? What stopped us from doing more videos?
It's called school, Nick. Something called school.
Okay, I thought you would blame me in that instance. So.
Oh, it's also Nick's fault.
No, it was at school.
It's
You're
also
right.
Nick's
school
fault.
education is very important, so it's a thing that
He hasn't
gets
been
in the way a
making
lot.
the backgrounds as lately. He's been really busy.
I've been doing
quote unquote
work, quote unquote.
Yeah, exactly. Quote unquote work.
That's what you call
So
work.
today, okay, Nick, just leave it. So today, for this podcast, I believe Brian came up with this splendid idea that Nick got super confused about for some reason.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on with the proposed question.
Where we choose 5 to 10 animated characters in popular media, and then we decide, do we want to smash or pass? But it's a date. It's more pleasant. It's date or dump.
By the way, this is Brian's idea. Brian is the architect of this one.
Proposing fictional characters and seeing would you or would you not date this fictional character.
I think we call it date or dump. Date or dump.
Date or dump. I like that.
That's pretty good, yeah.
We're
Instead of smash or pass.
We've officially entered into the foray of Shock Jock Radio, so here we are. Date or dump. Let's go.
I'm pretty sure we all tried.
I'm trying to think what would be a date or dump sound effect.
Kyle will add it right here.
Oh, my dude, you just got pranked. Bet you didn't see that one coming, huh?
That's a good one, Kyle. That's
that was good.
Incredible.
Kyle, you in the future, you did really good. So, hopefully everyone chose characters that are 18 plus.
Okay, so that's kind of one of the things that we need to bring up. I'm assuming we're going to say that gender, age, and species don't matter.
Sure.
Okay, whatever. I mean, did you only pick female characters?
No, I picked different species and age, but they're but they're all above 18 years old.
Neither of those things are genders, but I get what you're going with here. I think we can agree that we're open to all sorts of love and affection.
I do have males and females.
Yeah, all right, good. Again, I thought this was about just general interesting proposals of questions about characters. I had this whole list planned out, but we're scrapping that. We're going Zoo Radio here, boys. Let's go. Date or dump.
They're gonna say like Zootopia.
No. Well,
so
hey,
who wants to go?
Look at my list here.
Who wants to go first?
Who wants to go first? Yeah.
Brian, this was your proposed idea.
Brian, it's your proposal.
Head to the
All
floor,
right, I will go first. Tony the Tiger. Guys,
this is a furry podcast. It's officially a furry podcast.
Well, that's
absolutely
this
100%.
one's a little problematic because I know there were some issues with Tony the Tiger getting harassed on various social media platforms.
Oh my god!
But
frost my flakes,
getting
Tony.
that out of the way.
My ass.
I mean,
Brian, did you check out Rule 34? Is that why you came up with it?
No.
Look up. They're great.
I would.
But I mean, if you think about it, okay, he's very positive. He's active. He always seems to be doing something interesting. He's into sports and activities. I see no issue with Tony.
But
the
he
Tiger.
is a tiger. He might maul me to death.
Okay.
I love that we prep this podcast by going. So Kyle, understand, like, we're not gonna worry about like age or gender or species or anything. And Kyle's first problem is, well, I do get that. He is positive, but he also is a tiger. Like, that's Kyle's stopping block.
Well, again, he's not going to maul you. Again,
he's Tony the Tiger. When has Tony the Tiger ever been dropped in a room with children and maul? Yeah. What are you talking about?
They're great.
Tony the Tiger's terrible backstory.
It's the unedited commercial. There's a bunch of dead children behind Tony.
There's a Pizzagate type situation. There's a Frostgate type situation where children are led into a basement and mauled to death by Tony.
So I'm not hearing any yeses or nos from you guys.
Well, I had to say you brought up some. You were on the defensive from the jump. From
Yeah,
Tony.
I would say, look, he's a positive guy. He's got a good cereal. I'd have to say yes.
Would I get free cereal, Brian, if I dated him? Would I get free Frosted Flakes?
I can't wait to see our subs go up from all the zoo files. All these furry comments going, great stuff, everyone. Rars. Rars all around. Which, you know what? Hats off if you guys engage in our stuff. Pause up.
We'll take any viewers we can get.
Absolutely. I would probably say I feel like Tony is the kind of guy to have like weird habits. Like I feel like if he walks into a room, he's the type of guy to like. He's so positive, energetic. He's a guy who like slaps the table every time he walks in. So I think like a couple dates here and there, he'd be a good guy to hang around with. You know, bring along to your friends, hang out. He'd be a good hang. But long term, I don't see it happening.
See, Brian, for me, I imagine him as like one of those funny kids in school where they're like always making jokes, always having fun and stuff. But as soon as they get home, they're just like super depressed with like rain falling down their window, just crying, staring at the ceiling. I don't know, you know, Tony might be just playing it up. I don't know what's going on in his life.
That's interesting.
People with the biggest smiles hurt the most.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's a no from both of you guys?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say.
I'd say I'd try a couple dates, but it probably won't work out between me and Tony.
Tony can cross my flakes any day of the week, but long term, I'm not putting a ring on.
He could frost my flakes any day of the week.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Nick wants some extra cream in that cereal.
Got some reverb in this podcast. Anyway, Kyle, your first character proposed.
Man, I think everyone loves this wonderful man. We got Uncle Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender. So, of course, if you ever watched the series, you know that Uncle Iroh is the uncle to Prince Zuko. He's a very loving father figure. He also has a very like jovial, immature side to him as well. But he also has this more deeper, like sadder relationship with the Fire Nation and losing his son. But I'd say all around, he's a good guy. You know, he understands the importance of having peace in the world and things like that. So, you know, what do you guys think about old Uncle Iroh?
Well, you won my heart with this one, Kyle. I've never even seen the series, but I just know that Uncle Iroh is a beloved figure, and he feels like my dad. But that's the problem. I feel like there's a conflict here. I feel like there's an uncle dynamic that I would not necessarily want to correlate. Because if he's giving me advice all the time, if he's giving me sage, pat on your shoulder type like words, I don't know if I want to mix that in with my love angle. Like, not even in a platonic way. If he was like my life partner all the time, I feel like that would get grating after a while. I feel like Iroh's benefit to you as an individual is a guy who lays it down for you, sets things right, very zen-like focus. But I don't know if he'd be my companion long term.
But Nick, he's also a really fun guy. You haven't watched the series, but he's very, he's very fun. He does a lot of stuff.
Is the proposed idea here long term? Would you marry them or would you date them overall? Because both these guys so far, I would date.
It's like, would you date them overall? It's not.
I'd say you can say both. Would you date them, and then how far would you be willing to take this relationship?
Okay, so both of these ones so far are dates. I would say they're not dumps because flat out no is a dump. But so far, dating, just not long term. Just and in different capacities. Because again, Iroh, I don't know if I want that whole, like pat you on the back type thing mixing in with scruff on our beards together all nicely.
Nick, you don't have a beard. You're clean shaven.
This is not a visual podcast. All right.
They don't have to see that.
No.
Yeah, I also haven't watched the series, but I agree with Nick that I feel like it would be too much of a mentorly paternal relationship to actually to get into a romantic relationship of any kind. So it'd probably
Brian's
be a no.
Out.
Yeah.
Oh man, Uncle Iroh's crying over his dead child at Ba Sing Se City over that little tree singing a song.
I forget. Is that a spoiler, or is that like pre-established? You know that about the character while the series starts? Because I know his son isn't in the show.
Yeah, I think it's pretty early on. He talks about his son dying.
All right, fair enough. Well, we'll have to cut at that. All right, we got a date and dump. So we're finding our balance here. So I'm a guy who appreciates, to round out the category with men, by the way. I like a figure in my life that can kind of I know it's going to take care of me, loves animals, very witty, and made of clay. So Wallace from Wallace and Gromit. I'm curious if this guy's your type. If you guys can deal with the bald aspect, I think. If you can deal with all the shenanigans you might go to, you're gonna travel a lot. You're gonna go to the moon. If you're lactose intolerant, he may not be your guy. But I think overall, if you're into low country English folk, Wallace, I don't think you can find any better.
Nick, I thought you were gonna say Nigel Thornberry. To be honest,
Well, it's Nigel Thornberry. Is he? What is Nigel Thornberry? Is he English?
the Wild Thornberry. He's
But is he English?
Australian.
Yeah, he's Australian. He's not English.
Isn't he?
That's a tough one.
Brian, do you like cheese, Brian? Cheese.
Yeah, I remember his voice being a little annoying, which is a big no from me.
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciate his creativity and his love of animals. He must be pretty intelligent, right?
He's brilliant. He's made a walk-in pants robot suit.
Yeah. A couple dates maybe. As far as British accents go, I remember his voice being annoying, so I'd have to
Grating,
go
would you
no.
say? I don't think so. Unless he's
I don't know if
grating
it'd be
cheese.
grating, but
Damn it! I should have paused there, let you say that line, and then said, "Unless he's grating cheese." That would have been the punchline to kill it.
ugh.
That's cringe. Brian, it sounds like Brian's got dump for Wallace.
Yeah, maybe a couple dates. We'll see how it goes, but that's a no.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
You know, Nick,
I
know
want to
he's,
jump in here and say
What?
I wouldn't do it because he looks like my brother when he smiles. My brother has that like wide clay mouth. I think I'm developing it too, where like he doesn't. It's like when I did it when I was younger, where like you just grit your teeth out real wide. You look like that like tense emoji type thing, and it's not a smile. It's just a glaring of teeth. Whenever I see that, I think of cheese, Gromit.
Cheese, Gromit.
So I wouldn't be down for that myself. But, you know, for others, I think he'd be a fine catch.
You know, he is a great inventor, but Brian's right. His voice is super annoying. It's very, like, high-pitched, kind of whiny. Man, he does love dogs. That's true. He does love animals. He loves cheese. I mean, could you find anyone better?
Overall. Who can be better than a guy who has all these qualities? Minus the voice, you're golden.
The baldness, you can just get over that. That's pretty easy. Just give him a hat or something.
Yeah.
You know? He dresses to the nines. You know, he's got his little sweater with his little button-up shirt and a tie.
He has his toast and jam machine.
Toast and jam. Yeah, the toast and jam machine.
Oh man, I might be swayed over. I could deal with this. I could put a mask on his head when we're.
You know, I honestly,
how would you fit a mask on that head?
Yeah.
I honestly think I could platonically date Wallace. I don't think it'd be that hard. You just gotta get over his voice, which I think would be, after a while, you'd probably get used to it, or at least make it bearable.
Not too bad. Yeah, you're right.
All right.
So I think, I don't know if I'd marry Wallace. I don't think he's a marrying type. Maybe just like a bro to hang out with kind of deal. Make you some inventions. You know what I'm saying?
I guess it's my turn.
Yeah, it is.
Keeping up with the
daddies,
the pattern of bald people. This one, I think I know the answer. Mr. Clean of Mr. Clean products.
No, absolutely. This is a flat out dump because this man is a psychopath.
He's terrifying.
He's absolutely the most nightmare fuel ever because he just comes in your room, takes whatever shit you just spilled and just starts wiping it up for you. And I'm like, look, I don't need
Nick,
that.
but he's jacked though.
I don't need that much. That makes it scarier. The fact that he's muscled up, the fact that he is so much more in shape than I am, that would be devastating to my number one, my ego, and to my mental health, knowing that there's like this lumbering god walking through, phasing through walls in order to clean up my spills.
Yeah. He's got a real
beauty.
spooky quality to
There'd be too much of a power dynamic there that I wouldn't appreciate.
He'd probably dominate you, Nick.
God, no, I don't want that. I don't want that from that guy. No way.
From Mr. Clean?
No.
You want him to clean every part of you when you wake up.
These jokes are not getting me to enjoy the scenario anymore.
He just like bleaches your skin.
No.
He's like, you must be clean,
God.
Nick.
Kyle, answer the question. Would you date the freak or not?
All right, Kyle, you seem pretty into it.
Yeah. What
I
about
mean,
you?
your house would be clean. You wouldn't have to clean ever.
I
You
think
gotta
it'd
think
be
about
way
that
too
aspect.
clean. Like, I feel like you would set something down and immediately be like, oh, that has to go in its place. And it'd be like,
Yeah, I mean, be overly, like, not passive, but, like, to the nth degree of, like, oh, you made a little spill there, and take it to make it his duty to make sure that you put the coaster down properly first.
When you put it like that, I would not date Mr. Clean.
Yeah.
all right.
You gotta
See, that one,
realize the
I was
whole
pretty
aspects.
sure on the answer, but yeah.
He's pretty obsessive.
I don't know. He's creepy.
Yep.
He's just a little creepy, you know. It's not because he's bald; it's just because his personality.
You're right. It's not because he's bald.
Maybe that adds to the cleanliness because he doesn't like hair getting everywhere, so he just shaves everything. Frank, you gotta think about this stuff. You know, you gotta think about the possibilities.
I guess, yeah.
You've got to propose your next question, Kyle.
Okay, I'm breaking the trend of only daddies on this podcast. We got our first female. We got Jimmy's mom. Oh, Jimmy, where's your mom at with her croissants? Jimmy Neutron's mom, come on.
As I frantically Googled Jimmy Neutron's mom.
I don't have problems knowing who this woman is, but I just want to let
She's
your
loving.
I want to let your Kyle Weezer. Kyle Weezer.
Carl.
It's Kyle Weezer because it's not Carl Weezer. Your Kyle Weezer impression die.
I can't do it.
Yeah,
Bro, she's
no.
loving.
I
She's
feel like
nice.
there's those handlebar hair there. I feel like if you look at that woman in like a realistic sense, I feel like her makeup design would be far too gaudy. I feel like I wouldn't find that attractive in any way. But you know, she's like a housewife figure from like the 50s, from like that nuclear style family.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I wouldn't dislike that so much, but I don't know. Just physically, I don't think there's anything going on there in the animated form or what I could even imagine coming out into real life.
So you're not a Carl Weezer simp?
No,
You're not wheezing for her?
I'm not wheezing for her. No.
Interesting. So I guess, what was her personality?
She was
Like
just
on the
like
show.
a doting
Jimmy!
housewife.
James Isaac
Yeah.
Neutron. She was one of those people.
She was just like
okay.
a doting housewife, and that was about it. That was her one personality trait.
Then yeah, probably not. Just Googling images, I thought I remembered her being uglier, but just looking, I'm like, oh, okay.
No,
But,
she's not unappealing on a like design wise, but I'm just trying to think if I had that person in front of me, I wouldn't think like, oh yeah, there's something going on. No, like even in either form, I would just be like, yeah, it's Jim's mom. It's James' mom.
Okay. Yeah, no, I guess I'd have to pass.
Dang, you guys both dumped Jimmy's mom.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna throw it back here a bit. And I'm curious as to what Brian is gonna say most out of this one because it's a movie we've watched, probably a lot as kids, and I want to know if this ever sparked your interest. It's a secretary type individual, so if that piques your interest already,
I'm confused.
I'm curious as to what this is gonna fall through on. Big, sarcastic New Yorker type. His problem is I don't know how to drop these like hints to like get it
trying
going.
to think who it is. A secretary I watched as a kid.
Yeah, probably a lot. So this is a
The-
fun game to see if you can guess.
The lady from Powerpuff Girls?
No, that would be Miss Bellum.
Yeah, she's a secretary, wasn't she, for the mayor?
Yeah, but
I
that's
have
like a
no
hot.
idea
That's
who
a
you're
hot
talking about.
woman altogether. I wouldn't think that would be even a real difficult question to ask. It's not something I proposed to be like, yeah, would you like to? Jessica Rabbit is one more where I'm like, would you? Because Jessica Rabbit's like a monster. Jessica Rabbit is like
That is
physically is just like a blob of shape, and I don't appreciate it.
The shapes. Oh, so hot.
No,
Okay,
it's
Nick,
not good shape.
who's your secretary?
Yeah, who's your secretary? Just tell us the answer, Nick.
From the hit film Ghostbusters, what do you want? Janine Melnitz.
Oh.
Would you dump or date? She's
Her
a
voice
kid.
is kind of annoying.
Kind of annoying if you're not into that type of accent. However, I think, and if you're not into that Karen type hairdo, which she did sport back in the 80s, I think she's a caring individual. She's one who strives to do well in her job, even if her job is like utter nonsense that they don't appreciate her. She still wants to be there. She cares for her bosses as both, regular people and as, companions of sorts. So if you're a smart guy, she appreciates you. If you're an odd guy, she appreciates you. I feel like she'd be a fit for at least one of you two.
Yeah, so I just Google imaged her, and she's very 80s in these images. But,
Absolutely.
That's you did sell it well there by saying, look, she cares for all these odd random guys.
I'm afraid you're gonna die.
Yeah. My initial reaction was no. You've told me, yeah. You've turned me, I guess. That'd be probably a yeah.
Turned you to the dark side.
To the New York side. To the Jewish New Yorker side.
Well, what about you, Nick? Well, Kyle's Googling her.
I'd probably take her out on a few dates. I feel like the attitude that she brings would be like the attraction factor, but would probably ultimately be the thing that wouldn't make her I feel like I'm just not the type that she'd want to date. But if I could get some dates out of her, heck yeah, I'm all in.
Ooh, that's right. I do like her attitude. I just don't like her voice at all.
It's even the voices that are really that are bringing you down. So I got to figure out with someone who's got a terrible disposition about them, but a great voice. I just want to see where Kyle flips on this.
Well, I mean, I don't like her voice. It's annoying. Yeah. It's like really high pitched.
The high pitched voice.
It's very New Yorkin too. Ghostbusters.
No one on this planet ever described it as New Yorkin.
New Yorkin.
Very New Yorkin.
It's very New Yorkin.
I date her.
It's a Swedish accent. It's New Yorkin.
That's what I was thinking.
From the New Yorkin.
It's Brian's.
All right.
Stop making fun of me, guys.
This is the worst podcast that I've enjoyed the most so far.
Okay. Velma from ScoobyDoo.
I mean, that's a classic. That's a classic date for me. I always thought Velma's demeanor and design was a lot more attractive to me than Daphne's I don't know what to do aspect. You know what the problem with me is that I'm always the type, and I don't know if this is a bad quality to have, but I am definitely always the type to go, this person's not being looked at enough. Let me slide in here. Let me make my move here.
Oh my god!
I feel it's almost like
I think she's more available than
than
Daphne.
and I don't know if that's predatorial or not, but I do. That is how a lot of the times when I'm like, hey, this is an easy 10 yards here. Let's go for it. I would definitely say yes to that.
Terrible.
One. Yeah, it is bad. I don't know, but
Daphne, the easy 10 yards.
Velma. Yeah, Daphne is not an easy 10 yards.
I always mix up Velma and Daphne. They, in my mind, both of them sound like they should be Velma looking. Velma and Daphne. But anyway, yeah, I'm with you. I'd go on a date with Velma.
No, yeah. As far as you growing up and watching that stuff, I don't know how much you're attracted when you're watching that level of. It's when I watched the. I was gonna make a terrible joke here. I'm not gonna say it.
About the live action one?
No,
is that what you were gonna say, Nick?
No, I was gonna say about the one where they were kids.
What the?
When they were Scooby-Doo Junior. Because that's the show I watched the most out of. But I was like, watching the show. But
What?
Anyway, Kyle,
I was watching the show.
Kyle, your choice here.
I definitely date her, but you know what I get her? You guys aren't talking about. I would get her like the little old lady glasses thing that clips onto the back of her head, so she'd never drop her glasses. I'd help her life out.
He'd bring her a gift.
Kyle's thinking of gifts already.
Oh, what a sweetheart.
I thought you were just gonna say you're gonna get her like more attractive glasses.
Dump her date with Kyle because he's a sweetheart, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Kyle's thinking of gifts before the first date.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle, your turn.
Oh, we got a doozy here. We got Timmy Turner's dad.
Boy, oh boy.
Dinkelberg!
Yeah, that's a no.
That's a no.
That's
a
no for me.
It's just an
Why?
I don't know, because his mom is insane for dating, for being married to that guy.
He's stereotypical dad, but also obnoxious. That's just like two things I don't want.
No, yeah.
Brian, but he's funny obnoxious. Like, he has this whole rivalry.
If you're Timmy Turner, do you find your dad funny?
No, his dad doesn't care about him.
Right. And
yeah, that's another negative thing.
Yeah. Doesn't care about any kids we'd have.
But his dad cares about his wife. He doesn't care about his son though.
Okay, it's funny.
To be fair, we may be looking at it from the wrong angle here because we're always looking at it through Timmy's eyes. But if the show was about this couple,
dad.
they'd probably be one of the nicest couples around. They'd be insane together. So you have to match his energy, I feel like.
Okay, I didn't watch a ton of Fairly Odd Parents as a kid. I was thinking of putting them, but like, can they grant wishes to anyone, or is it just to Timmy because they're his odd parents? Or can they just grant wishes to anyone?
Well, Brian, they actually have... No, they have to be the godparents, but Timmy can lend them to other people. Like he did in the episode. He gave them to the ugly girl down the street.
So they couldn't just grant me wishes?
No, if you...
Oh, yeah, then that's a no.
Wait, but you're not dating Timmy, you're dating his dad.
Right. I know, I was just asking. I was talking about dating the fairies.
Oh, the fairies.
Yeah. But yeah, no, his dad, it's still a no for me.
Brian, the charm, though, that chin, that jawline. Could you imagine? It could cut diamonds off that.
No, still no. None of these things are adding up to where I'm like, oh, I'm being swayed here. No, I don't think
but he got that trophy. Don't you remember he got that trophy from Dinkelberg?
How many times can we tell you? Race? No, Kyle. No means no on this one.
I'm trying to sell you
so
on
is
the
that
dev.
a yes from you, Kyle?
He's like, no.
No, it's a no for me. It's a no for me.
He loves to want to persuade you into doing things he would not do. I don't know why he's so vehement on it.
It's a no for me.
So that's a dump for just about everybody, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
For me, this next one, I'd like to throw it back to how you may have thought as a kid and all the good feelings you got from this particular character. Frosty the Snowman. Was he a person... I feel like I'm just looking at my DVD cases over here, just picking characters out of that. I don't know. But this one, I'd probably say yeah, honestly, because I feel like there's a lot of warmth he can bring to your life. Hopefully not too much warmth, but for his sake anyway. But I feel like Frosty is a character, is a person in your life that always is positive, always is willing to cheer you up over anything, and that's what more can you really ask for outside?
Nick, he literally doesn't exist for like 9 months out of the year.
Oh, that's true. It's not a long distance, but you don't see
cold period, if you know what I mean.
So what do? You set up a freezer, you set up a little chill area down there.
I guess you could live in the North Pole or something. I
say you just set up a meat freezer in your basement and have him there, and then
Just in
all the
dark.
other times of the year he gets to
For
hang
9
out.
months out of the
You
year.
move somewhere cold. You move somewhere where it's always.
I'm trying to remember. I know he is magic because like a magic hat brings him to life, but like, does he have magic? Like, what does he do?
He doesn't do anything.
What do you mean?
I don't think he has any magic himself.
Okay.
I think it's the hat.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but I couldn't remember. Yeah.
Wait, he makes it snow, doesn't he?
Does he?
No, that's Santa Claus. I'm pretty sure.
Santa Claus does not make it snow.
No, in the movie, in the original movie, because he melts in the greenhouse with the plants.
I'm pretty sure they
Santa
just
Claus
open the
brings them
door.
back.
I'm pretty sure they just open the door and magic snow comes in and says,
Yeah,
it's not
from Santa Claus.
From Santa Claus specifically.
Well, it's a no from me.
Yeah, Nick, it's literally no.
So
it's not physically possible.
So if it's not a poly relationship between you, Frosty, and Santa, there's no way it's gonna happen.
Dang it, Santa Claus was on my list.
Oh darn! Well, scratch him off
man.
because without Frosty, neither of those two, they can't work.
Can't.
What?
They can't supplement each other. There's no way.
They're symbiotic.
Just these two big fat guys in your bed. This jolly man with a beard and this big gold guy.
Snowman.
God, Nick.
Terrible.
Jeez. Nick, where's that carrot gonna go though?
All right, Brian, your next character. What do we got here?
Alrighty. Okay. Flo from Progressive.
Wait, what? I thought we were doing anime characters.
You said anime characters.
Fictional
We just said
characters.
fictional characters.
I said fictional characters.
No.
Oh,
I
do you
don't
mean
like to
do you mean Fred's mom?
Is Flo from Progressive Fred's mom?
Yeah, Fred Figglehorn in the show.
You guys watch the movie or show?
No, I definitely didn't.
I did.
All right.
John Cena was in it too.
I love that Brian's face was so flabbergasted by that. She was the mom.
She was.
Like she been in?
Like she couldn't possibly. But
She was in Mad Men, Goldbergs.
Oh, huh.
On the IMDb, like, actually, she was...
Two things I haven't watched, but okay.
No, I feel like I've seen that woman, I've seen her out of the Flow design, and I'm not even a fan of the Flow design already. So...
Well, yeah, you're dating her in the Flow design. You're dating Flo, you're not dating the actress.
Right, and all...
Bro, she's just gonna try to sell me on Progressive. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
That's it,
There's
though.
that commercial where
That's
she
the
can't
only...
not talk about it for
Exactly. That's
however
the
long.
only... This is a Progressive commercial right here. Them discussing on a date anything, but she's like, Progressive, and it just
Like, shut up, Flo.
Flo with no children. Sad.
Yeah, I'm gonna say dump on that, Brian.
Edging into
Big
her
dump.
50s. Edging into her 50s by this point. Yep. No, I don't think so.
Just talking about Progressive the
Fair
whole time.
enough.
Yep.
Kyle.
Oh, we got Minnie Mouse from Disney.
If you're gonna talk about voices here,
Yeah, really.
yeah.
So the problem with both Mickey and Minnie is they don't have any character. Like, they're so sterile. Literally, that's why Donald and Goofy were originally created. Is like Mickey Mouse. He became so popular so quick that they didn't want him doing anything like weird or obnoxious or yeah. But so like Mickey and Minnie are both just like basic plain. They're nothing. They have no character.
So is it a no for you, Brian? You don't want to
No.
smash the mouse?
In a mousetrap. Call me the mousetrap, because I'm gonna dump that one.
Oh, got him.
Is that what mousetraps do?
Yeah, don't they break the necks of the mouse?
So I date Minnie for a while, and then we get into an altercation in which I choked her life out.
Stop it!
No, stop it!
You're cheating on my girlfriend.
Oh yeah, Mickey goes in. Who's gonna be Minnie? Who's gonna be Mickey?
Wait, what?
Like right now.
Are you doing a little
Yeah.
little audio show here?
Yeah, because I don't know if I need to be
Minnie.
Nee. I don't know.
All right, I'll be Nick.
Okay.
Kyle, you be Minnie. Nick, you be Mickey. Get over here, Minnie.
Wait.
Okay, sweetie.
I'm so angry at you for something.
Why, Nick? I love you.
Because you what's something that would piss Nick off?
You mentioned the Rogaine problems.
But it's true, you're going bald.
I'm not going
You
bald.
need
I'm
help.
not going bald. Damn you.
Mickey's here. Mickey's here.
Oh, what are you doing now?
Get out of here, Mickey.
Help me, babe. Help me.
Well, that was a great improv session by all of us, because we all had to set it up. And the number one rule of improv is, so who are you going to be? Asking that aloud.
Number one rule of improv is telling each other what's happening in the story.
Nick, what is your so it's all dump. I'm guessing we're all saying dump for me.
Yeah, we're all saying dump here.
No, I wouldn't necessarily say so.
Nick wants the mouse, dude. He wants the big old mouse.
You can't just say words and expect the joke to flow from
He wants the big old mouse.
Again, you can't just say it after I tell you can't do that. I mentioned Fiona as one.
Yeah, we were talking about Fiona before it started.
Yeah.
Before the podcast started. And I was saying Fiona's a definite yes, but these guys didn't seem to agree.
I think she's a little too tall for me. I think
7 feet tall, just dunk on
I would
you
date a
every
girl
day.
that's taller than me.
I feel like I would be crushed. Like, even though I think she's proportional, I think it's just weight wise, she's at least pushing at least a ton, right?
Nick, you don't say that about women. Don't you know that?
She's an ogre.
You don't ask about weight.
She's she's gonna be a hefty gal.
She's had like 6 kids. Come on.
And I want to keep however many ribs I have. I'm just saying, that's not going to be a thing I'm going to enjoy if I necessarily get get
I bet
smothered.
she doesn't even weigh. I bet she weighs like maybe. Come on, Nick. She's not that bad. She's just like.
Okay, here's my character. Well, no, we already discussed Fiona, so let's just throwing it out there.
Save it for the next round here, buddy.
Yeah. Well, I had a dumb one, and I realized I had a one, and I was like, that just doesn't make. That's not a good question. So yeah, I'm out for this one, but I'll double up with the next one.
Okay, so mine, it's a slightly different type of question. You have to choose between one of the two. Lisa or Bart Simpson?
Definitely Bart, right?
Really?
Yeah.
I
mean,
I don't know.
The whole bit about Lisa is that she's like a goofy liberal. Like, that's the joke. Like, the on-running joke of Lisa is that she's far too, like, left-leaning. That would be
Stuck
like
up.
Stuck up to the point.
Smarty
pants that knows everybody. But that's what you're supposed to make fun of her for. I feel like I wouldn't want to be around a person who is constantly, to pull another Simpsons reference here, stepping on rakes into their own face. With just like, especially with like any political leaning, or environmental stuff. Okay, I wouldn't mind doing that stuff. But she would take recycling to the nth degree.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think about those episodes where they like look into the future and Bart is like borderline homeless and has done nothing with his life, and Lisa's like president.
Yeah, I can relate.
Like,
I can get along with that guy. I can waste my life with that guy, no problem.
Bro, but you wouldn't have to do anything. Lisa would do everything for you.
yeah, that's true.
Do you think
I feel like she'd
Lisa
be a
would
good
not be
wife.
at work all the time?
Exactly. All you have to do is like chill out at home.
She'd be the breadwinner. I could just stay home.
And right.
What, I have to cook
And
a
you
meal
have
once
to cook
a
a
day? I
meal.
can
You have
do
to clean
that.
the house to her standards. You have
Nick,
to
that's
take the children
easy.
to Zumba classes. No way.
Who said we're even having children?
Lisa's
said
having
there's children?
Lisa's having 2.5 children.
Yeah.
She's a nuclear family to the T. So she'll figure out a way. So for me, it's a Bart, and it's not a hard date, but a date. A good like 2 months where we're just like hanging out. I don't know. Bart does, I guess. Say
Skateboard?
Exactly.
eat shorts and that sort of
Skateboard.
thing. Yeah, and skateboard.
All
trips.
right. Okay.
Well,
I'd have to go Lisa, but
yeah,
all
I'd
right.
go
Okay,
Lisa
can you
too.
explain the reasons you would do? Because what? She's a good mom.
It's yes, generally speaking, she just seems like a better person, and I'd want Bart to be my friend, but I'd want Lisa to be my partner. Especially long term. I feel like Bart getting into adulthood just seems like not. It seems like it'd be a bad way to go.
Right. Okay.
Let's go. The next one is the mayor from Powerpuff Girls. The little short guy with the mustache and a little hat. He's got a lot of responsibility on his hands, Brian.
He's a bad mayor, though.
No, everyone thinks he's a bad mayor. He literally has nuclear
the
bombs
worst
going
track
off.
record all the
He
time.
has superheroes. He can't handle it. I'm surprised he's still in office. All that stress would literally kill the man if he was real.
I'm surprised he's still in
telling you,
office because he hasn't been voted out. The man is not good. If I've noticed anything from the past, few months of quarantine, is that mayors generally, when put under stress, are pretty bad. And I feel like the Powerpuff guy is no exception in that regard. What's his name even? The mayor?
I think his name is like the mayor.
Yeah, no.
No one ever refers to him by his name.
A non-entity. He's a figurehead who I don't respect. No, that's a dump.
Nick, so you wouldn't date him?
That's a dump right there.
Yeah.
What about his
same.
personality?
Monocle, top hat doesn't do it
He's
for
goofy
me.
and stuff, but the fact that his responsibilities don't outweigh his goofy, playing Ocarina of Time and stuff. No, he's a goofball. I don't appreciate
come on! The mayor's crying.
Nope.
It's a nope from everyone. Okay. Okay.
All right, Nate.
Let's throw this one out. This one's a general one because you have to know the vibe of the show. But anybody, and this is an open question, anybody from Peppa Pig. Because they all generally have, no one's like a mean character on Peppa Pig. Everyone
They're
has
all kind of sarcastic.
They're all kind of sarcastic. They're all kind of goofy. They're all very loving. They're all very loving and like educational. I feel like you're not gonna if you met anybody in the world of Peppa Pig, it's not gonna be an awkward time. Everything's gonna. No one's awkward in Peppa Pig. I don't think. No one's like a stiff.
Yeah, they're just super annoying because they're all like little kids.
Well, you're not dating the little kids. You're dating somebody.
I'm saying even the
that you would
adults.
date.
Even the adults are like little kids. They like act like little kids.
Yeah, wouldn't you want that if that was your life? Just playing in mud all the time.
Nick, I have a question. When have you watched Peppa Pig?
I have a niece, thank you very much, and Mondays through Fridays. Anyway.
Yeah, I've only seen clips, but I think that would get boring after a while. I'd go on some dates, but I think just such a sterile, straightforward world like that would get.
Yeah, I feel like no one's even
really boring.
having sex in Peppa Pig world, right? That's just.
Why would you?
I mean, they have children, so they
yeah,
must,
they definitely
but,
do, Nick. Because they have children.
Yeah,
There's like
okay.
20 children.
Putting that into the aspect that they must anyway, if that's gotta be the worst thing ever, because everyone would still be acting in like that sarcastic, goofy. Oh, I seem to have found the right spot. It's like, oh, Daddy Pig has
entered the abyss.
entered the abyss. Why would it be the abyss? Anyway, all right,
Because
fair
nothing
enough.
comes out of it.
Can someone go? Can we end this
It's
podcast?
Brian's
I'm
turn.
so tired.
Is that Daddy Pig right there? I just hear a snort.
Brian, please give me an answer.
Well, would you look at the time?
Yeah. Oh, our Zoom call is actually they retracted it. They retracted the time we have. Oh,
They've
no.
taken back the unlimited time. We're back to 40 minutes. Oh,
Brian, bro, what's the next one? Give it to us. Lay it on us.
Oh god, do I have? I've run out of most of my ones that I was really curious about here. What about Harley Quinn?
Ooh, that's got Nick thinking. I can see it. He's really thinking about it.
I would say no, because you know what? This feels like just like because it now is transgressed into like, hey, would you bang Harley Quinn? Like that's what it feels like right now. So
Would you date her, Nick? This isn't just banging. Would you have a relationship with Harley Quinn?
no, I mean no.
Why,
She's
though?
a crazy person.
Well, I mean, which Harley Quinn, though? Harleen Quinn? What about Dr. Harleen?
No, not the doctor.
Not the doctor
Yeah.
person.
What about the post-Joker version?
No,
Like after-
that's what I'm saying. That's the character. Brian's like, what about Barney the Dinosaur? And I'm like, no. And Kyle's like, but what about the purple version? What about when he was a dinosaur? God, no. My answer is no.
Nick, she's not that crazy, is she?
This episode is titled "We Try and Date Cartoon Characters and I Get Pissed Off." And a thumbnail with me just getting real mad.
You know, Nick's right. She is crazy.
I'm so mad I'm losing my hair.
But Nick is also losing his hair, so can I trust a man losing his hair like that?
What
That's
are
a
you
true question,
talking about? What is that question? Trust me for what? You're just
For your
saying
opinion on
words.
Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah.
For your
fair enough.
opinion on Harley Quinn.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know if I can trust that opinion from a balding man. I'm going to have to say dump, personally. Brian, what about you?
I'd go on a few dates. I could use a little crazy.
Whoa! Brian's in the crazy girls.
You got me. She's very dedicated. Look at how she acts around the. She was very dedicated to the Joker.
I would say obsessive is probably the correct word.
Couple dates.
Bro, what if she folls you though? 'Cause she wants more dates, wants a relationship.
Yeah, that'd be. Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Okay, my next one is Optimus Prime.
I wonder if that's another dad figure I'd be comfortable with because
Nick, he can drive you around. You literally never have to drive. He's a giant robot. He can protect you from literally everything on
But here's
Earth.
the problem: is when you say, "Would you date this person?" In real life, I don't ever go, "Well, what can I get out of it?" I don't think of it
Yeah.
like that. I pose the question: would I vibe with them in the right way I want to? Would I see myself matched with that person? So,
Nick, you could, dude.
and then when I look at this scenario, I go, "This is another Iroh situation." Patting, giving me very stern lessons about, staying away from drugs, and I'm like, "Chill out, Optimus. I'm trying to light a fat one here."
Slaps over your hand.
Yeah, no, no, I don't see anything that I would want relationship size with him.
If you ask me Starscream, now it's a different situation.
No, Starscream's worse. Starscream?
Starscream is one of the, again, it's one of those, it's the Velma situation. It's the low-hanging, no one's going after this Decepticon.
Nick, he's literally
Why don't I
evil.
take a shot?
You said Harley Quinn's literally insane, so is Starscream.
Starscream's not insane. He's got the right plan. He's trying to be
He just
the
wants to
ruler of
eliminate all
Decepticons.
humans.
He wants to be the ruler of the Decepticons. Who cares?
And eliminate all humans.
Okay, if I was like, I want to eliminate all lemurs, would you be mad at me? Like, oh, he's evil?
Yeah. Yeah, you're killing an entire
Yeah, wait,
species.
what? Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
What kind of question is
What are you
that?
talking about?
Okay.
That's not even a question.
If I wanted to kill all lemurs, that'd be like that'd be a good relationship thing,
Okay.
right?
All right. Well, let me rephrase that. We don't know lemur genocide, but because I think what I meant to say was what are those dumb things that leap off cliffs?
Lemmings?
Lemmings. If I wanted to get rid
Lemmings.
of all the lemmings, what's that gonna do to the ecosystem?
Yeah, destroy the whole ecosystem.
Yeah, I'm sure mosquitoes in Africa are really they need the lemmings.
You just
to
said
figure-
lemmings. Lemmings don't even live in Africa. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. Ecosystem to who? Australia?
Where
New
they
Zealand?
live.
Where do they live? You don't even know where lemmings are.
Let me look up right now. I'll look it up right now, Nick.
Lemmings
Well-
are literally the most by nature. God himself principled them to be the most disposable things in
Nick,
the world.
do you also
so my
know
analogy
the
here,
video where they're running off? They're forced to run off. by
Yeah,
the camera
that's
crew.
actually fake.
It's actually fake. You
Disney
imbecile.
won an Oscar for that documentary, and it was later came out that they were literally shoving the lemmings off a cliff.
Oh, wow.
They're not that dumb, Nick. So you're
But
dumb
anyway,
for thinking
even
that.
if you had said like wood ticks and that wasn't going to throw off the ecosystem or anything, I'd be like, no. Just generally speaking, if you want to completely get rid of something,
Okay,
I'm
but
gonna be like,
Starscream, to get back to my analogy here, Starscream isn't doing this for the sake of the lulz. He's trying to like what retake over the planet. So to use Earth as a new base for Cybertron. I'd say that's a capitalist idea. It's not necessarily one I disagree with.
Nick, what are you talking about? They're literally trying to terraform Earth into a giant robot.
And if you're the guy who needs a new home, and I'm a part of that, crew, I'm not like, hey, what's
Nick,
the
but he
problem
could
here?
literally go to unpopulated worlds around our solar system. He had to go to Earth,
Earth is
only
more
populated-
vibrant. Earth way easier to terraform into a robot planet, I guess.
Then one of the smallest. We're not even one of the smallest planets in the solar system.
Okay,
What
my
are you
point here
talking
is
about?
date and not Optimus Prime.
Yeah, you date a psychopath.
Yeah,
I don't know what to say, Nick.
it's the crazy I want, not the crazy
You said Harley
you
Quinn.
think I should have.
No,
yeah, you thought Harley Quinn was too crazy?
Yeah.
but you think Starscream's literally worse. What are you talking about?
This is apples and oranges here, people. You can't do that.
Oh my god. I think Nick's crazy. He says Harley Quinn no, but Starscream yes.
What's crazier than saying, "Oh, I won't date this particular crazy person, but I will date this crazy person"? I think it fits me.
When one's miles ahead of the other?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's crazy, right?
Oh my god. Nick, what's your next one?
What's your next one, Nick?
I'm trying to.
Starscream from Transformers?
Yeah, Starscream for Transformers. Pros and cons. Okay, so I like a bit of as you can probably tell by my picks I've done, a good amount of crazy and shenanigans. But I'm curious if you guys would think this would be a good one. The Noid from the old Domino's commercial.
Oh my god.
I
Literally the
don't know
most
if I know
annoying
that one.
character ever, Nick.
All right, so it's a dump from you, from the jump.
It's a definitely
from the jump.
dump.
Okay.
You know what's literally the most annoying character you could have picked?
Oh god.
Yeah, but he smashes dominoes, and I don't like dominoes, so I think that'd be it would be a good fit.
Oh my gosh. Just because you don't like dominoes?
Yeah, just looking at pictures, he's freaky looking.
Out
That's
of
a
all the
monster.
other characters we picked that we said yes to, this is the one that's like, I don't know, it's a little weird
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nick,
okay.
he literally looks like a monster of a horror film.
We've literally picked monsters in this podcast. What are
Who?
you talking
Which
about?
monsters? I've not picked a monster.
I was gonna say we all voided Mr. Clean. To be fair,
He's the only monster here.
He's a true monster.
okay. Do we know enough about Scott Pilgrim to say? I don't know what to say. This one, I didn't have enough. I had the world's amount of prep, but no desire to do it.
I would say no to Scott Pilgrim. He's just a loser.
Yeah, it was right. He's a creep. He's dating like
Yeah,
a.
he's a loser and a creep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want that on the record. That may not even be a question, but Scott Pilgrim is a loser. That should be the sequel.
Okay, let's go with Brian then. I think we answered Nick's Noid.
I'm running out of good ones. One of mine that I had on here was Dr. Doofenshmirtz, but we kind of covered that with Wallace. Okay, obnoxious voice, not particularly handsome, but his inventions are legitimately amazing. Like, he's dumb.
He gets outsmarted by an animal. He gets outsmarted by a freak, an accident by God.
He does actually invent incredible things.
Dumperino. This is an automatic Dumperino because this is what would happen to Dr. Doofenshmirtz. He would be dumped by 3 losers on a podcast. They wouldn't even be like, nah, down with it.
That's true. That's true. The show would be like, no.
They don't like my inventions.
Nick, but then you have a sad backstory about why his mom never liked his inventions either.
Yeah,
and her podcast group.
My mom wouldn't date me. Some weird Kermit Italian monster I've created in my voice.
He's from like somewhere in Eastern Europe.
Gimbelstoop.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm gonna jump back in here. So I think that's a yes or no for Doofenshmirtz.
I'd say yes for
Okay.
Doofenshmirtz.
So that's a yes and no with relations to us. I'm gonna jump back here.
He's a nice guy, Nick. He's a nice guy.
I'm gonna say Dietrich Bader's character, whatever his name was, from Office Space, the breast exam guy, the guy who was like, "Hey Peter, check out Channel 9. It's the breast exam," or the guy who was like, "I would do 2 chicks at the same time with $1 million." That guy.
Oh, that guy.
Never seen it.
No.
I feel like
Can't
that's a
say.
bro,
I'll say
that's
no.
a bro
to
you'd
it.
want to hang out
Would
with.
you date that guy?
He's a bro I'd want to
Handlebar
hang out with.
mustache and mullet.
Oh, wait.
Well, I'm
He's
always
a-
saying, we're all saying here, like, looks-wise, we're not always worried about that, right? We're always worried about the quality of the character.
Personality-wise, too, also no.
He'd be a bro I'd want to hang out with. Yeah, that's a guy I want to
Nick
get a
must
beer
have
with.
really
and
bad standards.
I guess so, with your perspective.
It's true, Nick. It's true. I just can't answer.
Okay.
All right, Kyle. It's all
So,
you.
I'd say this character is a certified MILF in the online community. But what do you think about Marge Simpson? That wasn't right.
No.
Homie!
You're going to talk about voices.
Homie!
Why are you proposing things we know we're going to say no? Our standards have been set with these voices. No.
Bro, why not?
She's got jaundice.
Well, that's the same for Bart and Lisa, too.
Yeah, that's true. I would date Din Djarin, so. Din Djarin has jaundice. Because of those gloves.
Nick,
We
why
gotta
would you
end the
date
podcast.
Marge
I'm
Simpson?
gonna edit this
I
out
think-
to end the podcast.
would you look at the time?
What are we talking about at this point? All right,
Nick, Marge Simpson,
do
why
the,
not?
Kyle, do the
No.
sign off. Kyle, do the sign off. I'm gonna edit this so it's fair enough. You're gonna not see a couple of tangents we went on. It's gonna be a 35-minute podcast. Sorry.
Are you serious?
Unless here, let's end on a good one. So, and I'll provide a good one because my ones have been crappy for the last 30 minutes.
Blessed whole time.
Okay, here's one I think would be like not a standard one. Well, in terms of like hot lady. Okay. So here's one I have. Kim Possible from the aptly named Kim Possible show. I feel like you'd have to get past her mustache. There's that animation choice they do where they highlight the upper portion of her lip, and every time I look at it, I do see a mustache there. So if you had to visualize that all the time, plus it's a style choice to do that lipstick thing. If you could get past that, which I think I can, I'd definitely be a date for me.
Nick,
Yeah,
but she
absolutely.
in this realm, she's a real person though, so you wouldn't see the mustache lip. It would just
Then
be her lip.
She'd still be applying lipstick on only one lip, and I think that would look odd in any
No,
regard.
it's on both her lip. I'm
It's-
pretty sure
no,
the
it's
bottom
the
part's
top
her
lip.
chin.
It's the top lip. That line is not double whole lips. Otherwise, she has the thinnest lips in the world. In which case, dumb.
Wow. I'd say, of course, marry Kim Possible.
Yeah,
How
I
could you
think
just date
she's
her?
an obvious yes all around.
All right.
How could you just date her, Nick? You have to marry Kim Possible. She's gonna get away.
Well, then there's also the damsel situation where do you always want to be the person getting into trouble and she has to get you out? Would that
I'd be
affect your
good with that.
masculinity at any point? All right, fair
No.
That
enough.
sounds fun.
All right, good enough.
She'd do all the work. I'd be fine. Well, this was, to say the least, a very interesting podcast. I learned a lot about the boys. Some things were really terrible, like Nick's choices, and some things were surprisingly nice, like Brian's choices. Of course, I want to thank you all for joining us, and have a good rest of your day. Bye.
Bye, guys. Hope you don't hate me too much.
We all hate you, Nick. Boo. Boo. Sound effects. Boo.